What's going on, everybody? It's a 7-3 podcast with your host, Ali Rana and Rayhan Rana.
What's up, guys? We're gonna, new week, some new topics.
Yes, episode 3.
Episode 3, unofficially, because I'm not sure about the first one. So
I'm surprised we're
Yeah.
already at this level. I'm not.
yeah.
It was a pipe dream.
It started a couple weeks ago, but I think if you put your mind to it, we're gonna make it work.
All right, we gassing it up now.
No, that's
It ain't
fine.
that
I
deep,
want to
bro.
guess it up.
Nah,
That's
it's
fine.
been 3 episodes.
Yeah, that's fine.
You gassing it up,
3
bro.
to 300.
Yeah,
You'll
bro,
see the
stop,
joke.
bro.
You'll see
Anyway,
the joke. Yeah.
today we have a assortment of topics curated by my host to my right.
Which I just realized are on my phone, which is recording, but
Oh,
fuck it.
shit.
We're gonna freestyle this because I do remember some of them.
Wait,
know.
you can pause it and just text it to me.
Let's get to today's topic. We had curated a few topics. We just sent it to Ali, so we'll kind of get into it.
So these topics range. So my
Yeah.
my host to my right had the bright idea to have some crazy topics. So
Yeah.
one is going to be about Desi culture and Desi stuff,
All right.
and then the other half is going to be more about kind of more deeper questions
Yeah.
where we talk about relationships and stuff like that, and hot topics.
Exactly. Yeah. We have some basic stuff written down, but we'll kind of see where the conversation takes us. So I kind of wanted to start off on the Desi topic because obviously, I feel like that's gonna be at least our main audience in the beginning. Like that's kind of like the perspective that we can bring.
That's true.
That's personal to
Hey,
us.
if the brown boys and girls are watching at home,
They definitely are. They definitely are.
definitely
Come
are.
on, look at us. They definitely are.
that's how you set us up for failure, bro.
Yeah. No. It's not failure. I think it's called being confident in yourself.
Nah, 100%.
Yeah. So all right. So let's get started because I'm sure this is a topic that everybody likes to talk about. How is it like to date while being Desi? Specifically in our situation being Pakistani. Because I know even within the Desi culture, it's completely different, like than our
all,
Indian brothers.
I've never dated before.
Okay, yeah. So
This is a hard topic for me.
So we're gonna start off by lying.
So
in the first episode.
So
yeah.
I've never dated before.
Yeah.
But what I'll do is I'll imagine somebody like me, and if they were in relationships, how would it be, right? Because
Okay.
I've never. So I'm gonna imagine myself in
Yeah,
those
yeah.
footprints, right?
Wait, so we're lying right off the
No, I'm not lying. I'm envisioning that version of me.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
All right. So what do you think?
All right. So I think it's
That's a broad question.
yeah, it's a very broad question, but let's get started with like kind of like I did like the fact that it said double life, like kind of home versus outside.
Yeah.
Because like for me, I have been in a serious relationship, apparently unlike Ali, which I didn't know.
I don't know. I don't know what he's talking about.
Yeah. So the most difficult part is trying to hide that stuff from your parents, right?
Yeah.
Because we want to be honest with our parents, we want to be open, but unfortunately, we just don't have that relationship. I mean, I think Ali's relationship is a little bit different than mine when it comes to my parents.
Yes. So, yeah.
My parents are a little bit more old. My family does not know anything about them. I've never introduced them to the family. If somebody told me in the comments, the girl's like, "You fucking dick," all that
Why you
shit.
exposing me?
Yeah. Like, no, not even that. I'm talking about like, they're like, how can you be dating somebody and
All
not?
right, so this is why we gotta explain the why, right?
Yeah.
Because otherwise we seem fucking horrible.
Yeah.
By we, I mean not even me, but anyways, the reason why the double life exists
Yeah.
is because you can't in Desi culture you can't marry or date. First of all,
That's not Desi culture.
No, what's
That's
religious
Yeah.
cultures that
Yeah.
you're in, whether it be Hindu or whether it be even if you're a freaking brown Catholic, there are some
Yeah.
Indian Catholics and stuff like that, or
Yeah.
whatever religion you may be within the
Yeah.
South Asian community.
Yeah.
There tends to be a problem with dating. Dating shouldn't be a thing.
Yeah, dating big,
Right?
yeah.
It should be more like, you conversate with somebody that the parents know about,
Yeah.
and it just leads straight to marriage.
Yeah.
So the problem is about people who may not be as religious talking to people who aren't a part of their religion that they know they can't bring home
Yeah.
because of the perspectives and negative views that those
Yeah.
people will have.
And honestly,
Which is where the
just
double
don't-
life comes from.
Yeah, and honestly, especially when you're young and stuff, you still not sure where the relationship is going to take and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So to take a big step like bringing that person home and potentially causing some major uproar in the family because it's going to be like a big gossip topic, I can tell you that for sure. I've been in a few over the years, shit's gotten out and stuff like that.
Oh, yeah.
And I've definitely heard it from everybody that how I'm making mistakes and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Right? So that's definitely a big reason why it's easier just to hide things. You know what I mean? Rather than having to bring that stuff home and, because we're not even sure. Like I said, sometimes we get into relationships when you're young and stuff like that. We don't know where it's going to lead. We don't know if it's serious and stuff like that. So I do know there are people that have taken a step and introduced like, let's say
A partner.
the partner to the family and stuff like that. And it has
worked.
backfired.
And either Well, rarely it works.
It
but
rarely it
mostly
works.
backfires.
Yeah, exactly. It backfires a lot. Whether it be the parents be completely against it.
For multiple reasons.
Yeah, I've seen people like kind of like being disowned by their
Straight
own,
up.
Yeah,
That's why it's hard.
Yeah,
that's why it's hard. So if
Yeah.
you are Desi, and definitely if you're a Muslim,
yeah,
I mean, as Muslims,
yeah,
we can definitely see how in our culture it's not really a thing. Like in a
Yeah.
religious culture, it's not a thing. So
Yeah.
dating while being a Desi Muslim
yeah.
isn't a thing.
Yeah, even
which is
in-
why it's
yeah.
almost like taboo to bring somebody home because
Yeah.
like, well, you shouldn't be doing that.
Yeah.
On top of that, she's a thick Latina. So it's like, wait, she gonna convert?
Yeah.
And if it's not, then you can't bring that home.
That's another thing. That's a good point that Ali brought
What
up.
point?
In the thing, not the thing Latino part. I'm on the same I'm on the same page on that one. I'm talking about the fact that converting.
Yeah.
That's a huge thing, right? Because that's a big commitment to have to ask somebody, like because for me the biggest thing was if they're not willing to convert and stuff like that.
Yeah.
There's no point of me even bringing them home and having that conversation
Exactly,
with my
yeah.
parents. I'm all for having fun and stuff like that, but that's a big step for anybody to take, even if they're not religious. Because a lot of people, partners I had, they're not super religious,
Yeah.
but they're also
That
trying-
jump is still not something to be willing to do.
exactly because
Yeah.
they're also trying to like their parents might be religious,
Yeah.
so they don't want to
They're
disappoint
fighting their
parents.
own perspective.
Exactly. So
I think Islam is a very hard ship for people to jump on.
yeah,
If you don't grow up around Muslims.
yeah,
I see a lot of not like it's bad. It's just
Yeah.
about what you're surrounded by, and that's what
Yeah.
you become, right?
yeah,
So if you're not around Desis growing up, you see Muslims or you see Sikhs
yeah,
or you see Hindus, and you're like, yo, these guys are on some other shit, right?
yeah,
And if you're from here and you're white or you're Italian or even if you're Spanish, you're not around brown people.
yeah,
For you to make that jump, your family's gonna view it as like a disgrace almost.
yeah,
Until you learn about the religion and stuff like that.
yeah,
But if you're like us who grew up here and then your friend group is diverse, as we spoke about previous episodes, dating culture becomes weird because you see all your friends date
yeah,
and you don't see anything wrong with it,
exactly,
right?
yeah,
Because it's just like it's a normal human thing.
yeah.
So then when you date, you realize no, there's different rules for you
Oh, completely different
compared
rules.
to the
Yeah.
people around you that you're friends.
Yeah.
Which is why dating in Desi culture
Yeah.
is not only taboo, it's becoming really it was very hard, and I think it's changing now. But it just depends on the generation of the person that
Yeah.
may be in the country, because everyone's become more modern.
Yeah, I think
now.
I always say like we're one generation away from things changing. At least from like I can talk on the perspective like Muslims in America.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I know like if my kids ever wanted to date and stuff like that, obviously there's going to be certain strict rules that every parent has. But I think I might be more open to them having certain relationships.
But see, then it becomes a problem, right? Because then someone's watching this and they're going, hey, like, I can see your hypocrisy.
Yeah,
Because it becomes like, hey, you want to live a life where you're not following your own religion, but then you
Yeah.
want to apply those religious rules to your children.
yeah,
And then that's becoming the same routine that your parents maybe have done to you,
yeah,
right? So that's what goes to the next topic of double life.
yeah,
Because then you end up living this double life of like,
Yeah.
hey, like, I am living my life this way,
yeah,
but I want either my partner or my kids to live alongside those rules.
yeah.
So for me, if I was in the shoes of somebody who would date and be doing
Yeah.
those things, right?
I think this is like very.
No,
Yeah,
stop.
Try to call me out or something.
Stop. No.
Oh, okay.
So
Just joking. Just okay.
So see a version of me that was in a relationship with somebody that wasn't Muslim,
Yeah.
and let's say I was in love, and let's say I thought this was the partner for me, it'd be more like, okay, maybe I will accept the fact that I'm not too into my religion, and I'm not gonna push that on this person.
Yeah.
But maybe for my parents, we can do something within the wedding that may be of our culture,
Yeah.
right? Where I can at least bridge some balance.
Yeah.
And maybe someone's gonna watch it and be like, stuck for love,
Yeah,
brothers.
I was gonna say,
But you
there's-
can't win.
Yeah,
you
yeah,
can't
yeah,
win.
I mean, you
Even
can't
if
win.
they're
Yeah.
super Muslim, someone's
Yeah,
gonna
yeah.
point out something.
Yeah, something you're doing wrong and stuff like that. Yeah.
Look, honestly, this goes back to the last podcast. We're like, yo, find a good partner.
Yeah,
That's
exactly.
all that matters,
Yeah,
right?
because I think if you have a good partner to begin with, some of these challenges you guys can work out together,
Yeah, and
right?
I think
yeah,
Desi
and you
culture-
you can set your own boundaries.
Yeah.
Because at the end of the day, obviously we're born and raised to be respectful to our parents, our elders, not just our parents.
we're not
our
saying you
entire
shouldn't.
family. You should.
You should.
And you should, but I think at the same time,
You got to know you as your own person.
You as your own person
has to have
If-
your own boundaries.
Yeah, because there are a lot of people that we met that are super religious. They're super happy in their relationships, and that's perfect. You know what I mean? But I can say from my point of view, right? Like I've been with people that are not Muslim.
Oh,
So
no lie.
wait, what happened? You don't want to talk about that shit?
No, go ahead.
For me, like, like I try to be as religious as I can, but at the same time, I've now come to understand, like, at the end of the day, I do want to enjoy life and kind of live it my way, and I know that's not going to appease everybody, but that's not what you're here to do. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I think as long as you're honest to yourself, because at the end of the day, my beliefs are still there, right? There's certain, like, the baseline of being a good Muslim, I think that's still there. You know what I mean? Anybody can always, like you said, point out little things that you're doing wrong.
I think the
You know what I mean?
biggest thing we learned growing up was the right values from the religion.
Exactly, yeah.
And I think that's the biggest difference between
Yeah.
those that grew up with religion and grew up
Yeah,
without.
yeah.
I think our religion especially
Yeah.
teaches you the things that we're
Yeah,
preaching,
yeah.
where it's like, hey, respect your elders,
Yeah.
respect your partner,
Yeah.
respect the people around you.
Yeah.
And it kind of ties into how we are as people.
Yeah.
Because of what we were raised to believe and how we were kind of brought
Exactly,
up
yeah.
and programmed.
Yeah, and I think as long as you have those basics, because there's people are always debating on the small little details,
Yeah.
and they kind of completely miss the bigger picture.
And
And I've always been like, oh, as long as I'm following those basic values, being a good human being, treating everybody kindly, does it really matter if my partner's not fully religious as I am? I don't think, like, for me at least,
Yeah, but to
that's
add to
not a
that-
deal breaker.
to add to that, it's also, it's not just religion, because I think
Yeah.
people may listen and be like, hey, like, they're not accepting of their own religion, meaning they're kafirs or they don't believe in God.
Yeah.
No, that's
No, yeah,
exactly the
yeah,
opposite.
Yeah.
Religion is a set of rules
Yeah.
dictated by a book, right?
Yeah.
There's many different versions, right?
Yeah.
So how about we still believe in God,
Yeah.
but we just have the values that we think we
Yeah.
should be following,
Yeah. 'Cause
that to us may
yeah.
be more beneficial to us, instead of being religious, because maybe we
Yeah.
don't align ourselves with those views
Yeah.
that we won't really get into right now.
No, and I
But-
think things also change, right? Because there's people back in Pakistan that are Muslim and they're surrounded by Muslim girls. So then it's a little bit easier for them because they're still dating and stuff like that. But that's not as looked down upon as us dating, like,
Mind you, they still
people
doing shit
from,
back
like,
home.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
They
yeah.
ain't innocent.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, everybody's dating, and it's more accepted because, at least if you find somebody, at least she's from the same culture, same religion, and stuff like
Yeah.
that. So the families are more open to it nowadays.
I will say,
I definitely see that happening a lot more back in Pakistan
True.
than when I was there, right?
I do think people taboo things that they end up doing, or someone in their family ends up doing
Exactly.
anyways.
Yeah.
I mean, like,
There's a bunch of, like,
my sibling could end up dating somebody, and they could even be Muslim and a great guy.
yeah.
But maybe my parents like, oh my God, what is wrong with her? And my cousin's aunts be like, oh my God, she's so wrong, she's bad, blah, blah,
Yeah,
blah.
yeah, yeah.
Ends up being a great guy, they have a great marriage.
Yeah.
And then you'll have someone in a different family trying to do the same thing. And then my sister could look at her and be like, what is wrong with her?
Yeah.
And I think that's the main problem with Desi culture, where it's rules for thee, not for me.
Yeah.
So I'd rather be like, yo, disband the culture and the rules,
Yeah.
and just be like, yo, what is gonna actually make you happy?
Yeah.
But what's also right?
Yeah,
'Cause
yeah, yeah.
I don't think you should go all the way rebel, because
No. Yeah. That always ends up by
you shouldn't be extremely on one side or the other.
Yeah.
But you got to be able to find a middle ground based on what your beliefs are and the way you view your religion and those things too, and the culture.
Yeah, and that's the point I was trying to get at. Like, like, we're a product of our environment too, right?
Yeah.
So I don't think, like, us growing up here or our siblings growing up here, if they're constantly surrounded by, like, all these other ethnicities around us,
Yeah.
it's natural to be attracted to that, right?
Yeah.
Because our friends are doing it. I think there's nothing wrong with that.
No, mind you, where we grew up, right?
Yeah, there's not that many Desis.
There was no that we were like the token Desis.
Exactly.
You know?
Yeah. Well,
So-
maybe not in Clifton as much, but yeah, we had a good Desi community.
Nah, low key, when I was coming, like Christopher Columbus and stuff, like
Yeah.
5 or 10, maybe like 5 Desis that I can remember off the top of my head.
Yeah, I think high school.
Like majority was all Spanish, Arabic, Black.
Yeah, I think high school it was a little bit different for me. A lot of, like, like our graduation class was a Patel,
Yeah.
Rana, and there was a good amount of those.
Yeah.
But still, we were still the minority. So yeah, I don't think there's anything against it.
Yeah.
I think
I
you
said, when
really
you don't
have
grow
to,
up around it, it becomes hard. because
exactly,
Your
yeah.
brain is just wired to
Yeah.
think. I don't know. For everybody, is different. Like,
yeah, I definitely
honestly.
think it's a lot more difficult for us because, like, we see our friends doing something and, that's how we're normally learning. Because, it's not even like our parents are talking about this stuff, right?
I don't even want to make it sound like an excuse. It's literally
not an
just like
excuse.
you just grew up around it, so you think it's normal.
Yeah, exactly.
And
yeah.
if someone may be watching and
Yeah.
they're like, okay, but it doesn't mean you have to fall into that.
Yeah.
That's not the point.
It's not the point, 'cause
the point is, to us it feels more normal
Yeah.
than not doing
Yeah.
it.
And also, I think the part of it that really plays into it is, like, a lot of like strict Muslims, their parents have those conversations with them, like, oh, keep it within the culture and stuff like that. I think our parents don't even have those conversations. So for us, if you grow up and nobody tells you it's the wrong thing to do, you're just gonna do it.
I disagree. I'd say we were told those things. I'd say it was almost
mean-
like a unbeknownst rule that it was etched into our brains so hard that we almost went against it just because. I almost
Yeah, for
feel
me,
like,
it's like if you don't tell me,
I don't know.
I'm not taking
Nah,
it.
I almost feel like the way our family is, right?
Yeah.
We all know the rules. You know what I'm saying?
I
We
think-
all know
Yeah,
the
we all
unwritten
know
rules.
the rules because we all learn them by ourselves, right?
No, because of our family being the way it is.
Yeah.
I generally think
guess.
there is like universal laws
But for
within
me,
our clan.
I don't like unsaid rules. I'm like, if you want to make
Yes,
a
but-
rule,
okay.
say it to me.
See, rebellious.
Oh yeah, I mean,
See,
yeah.
that's my point.
I
though.
mean, yeah.
That's the point.
Yeah.
Where it's like it's so etched into your brain
Yeah.
that you see your whole life around you. You're going,
Yeah.
man, I ain't listen to that shit.
Yeah. And it's not even like
It's not even like there's anything wrong with the rule, bro.
there's nothing wrong with the rules. Yeah.
I feel like
It's just that
yeah.
again, we're a product of our environment. If I'm surrounded by Latina girls all the time, obviously gonna have a preference.
Mind you, we're not even saying we're even doing that.
Exactly,
shit,
we're not
bro.
even doing that.
We're
Yeah.
just talking about examples.
yeah, examples,
I don't want
bro.
assumptions being made.
Yeah,
that
guys.
we out here
Yeah.
whoring out with some Latinism.
Oh, that's crazy.
That's not what
That's
it is,
crazy.
bro.
Yeah. We're
We're
a
just
diverse
giving
group,
examples.
Latina, white girls, anything.
First of all, I've never dated before, so I don't even know.
Yeah. I didn't know we were lying on the podcast.
I'm not lying,
Yeah.
bro.
I thought the podcast about keeping it real.
First of all, my type actually though has always been brown girls.
Yeah, that's true.
It's actually always been brown girls. So, not like I've dated any of them.
Yeah.
But let's go to the next topic about how our parents.
The quick change up, huh? I'm gonna have to do a zoom in over here when he's lying. to see.
Let's
People
take-
say there's a lot of tells in your face. Let's see it.
You think so?
I'm gonna do a couple of zooms in on your face.
You gonna see my eyes
like,
blinking like
Yeah.
I don't even fuck brown
He's
girls.
looking
for-
away from camera, no eye contact.
All right, so
the
let's
conversation.
talk about the guilt of disappointed family.
Okay, that's a big
So I
one.
think this ties in very well
Yeah.
because the culture is kind of embedded where if you don't follow said unwritten rules or
Yeah.
said rules,
Yeah.
you will be seen as a
disappointment,
failure,
yeah.
disappointment, a kafir, whatever it may be.
And the thing is, it's
I
not,
think it's very harsh.
Yeah,
It's very harsh.
and it's not even just from your parents, because the whole thing is about showing a face to everybody in the family. So you're a big disappointment to the whole family. And like I said earlier, I have known people that kind of had to like choose between a partner that they loved or their family.
Yeah.
Imagine that decision. That's such a hard decision. I've been to that point back in the day when I was in serious relationships where,
I could see myself in that position.
yeah, like, and that's a tough decision to make because obviously you love your family and you wish they were open to like, having a conversation to begin with. The problem is like a lot of times they didn't even want to have a conversation.
Yeah.
It's an automatic no rather than, kind of understanding our point of view where we're coming from because that person might be an amazing person for me.
But it doesn't
compatible
matter.
with me, but to them,
It literally
it
doesn't matter.
Yeah, which to me is, I think, a topic that should be discussed
That should
more.
be discussed.
And I'm not saying like, oh, everybody has to go out and find like people from different ethnicities and stuff. Sometimes it's even within like a Pakistani dating an Arabic girl.
Yeah.
I've seen even then the parents
It could
are
be
like,
Muslim to Muslim, but it's still bad.
and it's still bad, yeah, in their point of view, because and I get it from the parents' point of view, like they want you to pick somebody that can kind of get along with the family,
The religion, the culture. I mean, the
religion,
language.
the culture, the language is a
culture.
big part, right?
Yeah.
But for me, I'm like, my point of view has always been, if I live in America where we speak English, where everybody can communicate together, like I think that should be the first basics. And at the end of the day, if I chose a partner, obviously, like I would trust my kid enough to make the choice, like, oh, they've chose somebody that would be compatible for them. If it's not, I would speak up. But if they brought it up to me that they do want to take the next step and get married and stuff, I'm assuming that they've done enough research and thinking about this to even bring this up to me, right?
But I think
So I'm still going to give them the benefit of the doubt to have that open conversation. The problem with the previous generation is that they didn't even want to have these conversations. Like I can give you stories of like, people have found out in the family like about my relationships. I had people come up to me and talk to me like, oh, that's wrong. And I'm like, oh, but you didn't even ask for my point of view first.
you didn't even meet the person.
Exactly. Like, yeah, if we had a conversation, meet the person and stuff, and then you're like, oh, I don't think they're gonna be compatible for you. 100%, because I take my friend's advice that met the person I'm with and stuff like that, and they give me, like information based off of that. I'll definitely take that into account. And I think, sorry to cut you off.
Go.
We were talking about it last week. In order to take somebody's advice, you have to be first comfortable with them and trust their opinion, and that comes with having open conversations, which we do not have a lot with our parents.
Which we
I
mentioned
don't,
last
yeah, I
time,
don't know if
yeah.
it's different for you. I think it's still a little bit more different for you than me, because I can tell you, I've never had a serious conversation about serious topics with my parents. At least when it comes to like marriage and who you're dating and stuff like that, never. So if nobody's ever told me like otherwise, obviously I know it's wrong because they said it, but I take that on face value because they don't really give me any context behind it why. Beside the fact that that's the way it's supposed to be,
Yeah.
and it's wrong.
I think everything has to do with the paradigm that the generation before us was into, right?
Yeah, of course.
Their
yeah.
paradigm shapes the way their existence is, and then that existence is then programmed onto us.
Yeah.
So this is that unwritten rule I'm kind of talking about within
Yeah.
our family, our clan, and this could be within anybody's family, within anybody's religion, where it becomes people who don't tend to be as self-aware will look at, hey, like this is what I learned. This is like they're a book,
Yeah.
and all they know is that book.
Yeah.
They're not searching throughout the library to learn more.
Yeah.
And that paradigm is then put onto you.
Yeah, of course.
And then you'll have, sadly, a lack of relationships between kids and parents
Yeah.
because the parents never were able to change their paradigm,
Yeah.
maybe because of a trauma that they went through
Exactly,
that they
yeah.
weren't able to get over.
Yeah.
And then you tend to have them not being able to see your son or daughter's perspective,
Yeah.
and then that leading to disappointment.
Yeah. And I do want to touch on that because we're not blaming the parents here. That's a good point. Like, I do
But
wanna
no,
bring-
but see, that's the hard part. That's the hardest point you can make because then someone's listening and go, I can't blame my parents, but while your parents are still humans and it's their first time here too,
yeah.
they have to,
You should be able to do your.
you have to be able to look in the mirror.
Yeah, of course.
If
Yeah.
I have to look in the mirror
Yeah,
and if
yeah,
I
yeah.
have to be told growing up that
Yeah,
I have to
yeah,
be
yeah.
better and I have to fix things,
Yeah.
I should be able to tell my
Yeah.
parents to fix things
Yeah.
respectfully.
Respectful.
I
Exactly.
think there's some parents, and I know not everyone's parents are great,
Yeah.
and I know some people's parents are great,
Yeah.
but everyone has flaws.
Yeah.
We have flaws too. That's why our parents scold us.
Yeah, exactly.
But I think there has to be a conversation
Yeah.
where you should be able to tell your parents
Yeah.
where they are wrong.
Yeah.
And if you're not able to,
No.
then you won't be able to have those conversations with your parents and you'll
Exactly,
never
yeah.
develop a relationship
Yeah.
because they'll never be able to
Yeah.
change.
And from the parents' point of view, if there's any parents and stuff that are watching this, that's the kind of message that we want to bring across is be open to having conversations like that, the uncomfortable conversations,
Yeah.
right? Because those are the conversations where you're really going to get to know your kids.
Yeah.
Like a lot of times in our culture, it's mostly focused on like the grades that you're getting, what you're becoming in school, and getting married. It's those literally three in order: go to school, get a career, and get married.
And
And no other, like, they don't really get to know their kids on a more personal level.
and they don't know how it affects them.
Exactly.
And I can tell
Yeah.
you exactly how it affects you because I've seen it across
Yeah.
not only myself,
Yeah.
but the people around me.
Yeah.
For example, when you pressure your child to get good grades,
Yeah.
to always be right, always be respectful,
Yeah.
never have like a box to jump out of
Yeah.
to an extent,
Yeah.
you tend to create hermit crabs of children.
Yeah.
And then when this is why Desi culture is very strong in creating great workers.
Yeah. Yeah.
They create great corporate members.
Exactly. Yeah.
They create great members to companies.
Yeah.
But they don't create a lot of company builders.
Yeah.
Because of the way that we're brought up. We're
Yeah.
brought up very sheltered.
Yeah.
And being sheltered doesn't give you
Yeah.
the freedom to express yourself. Where like I had to fight so hard
Yeah.
to be able to build a confidence in myself
Yeah.
to be like, yo, nah, I can go get that.
Yeah.
I can go be successful in
Yeah.
that. I just gotta get rid of these anxieties. And you're like, where do you get these anxieties from?
Yeah.
And I see it in some of my cousins or maybe my friends. I'm like, yo, what's holding you back? And they're like, damn, like, I don't know. And then you realize like, it's the way we grew up.
Yeah. For
The way
sure.
we grew up, we were programmed based on our parents' paradigm
Yeah.
to basically make us less confident in ourselves because they would always tell us what's right and wrong.
But yeah.
And you
that's-
can't discern what's
yeah.
right and wrong yourself.
Yeah, and that's a problem, right? I mean, again, we were talking about like, not being able to have the information that we do now, right?
Yeah.
Like our parents didn't have that.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I know for a fact my parents at some point felt the way that I'm doing.
Yes.
Right? There's always that personal dialogue that you're having, right? Because I'm sure there's things that their parents told them to do that they were opposed of. Like you didn't think there was nothing wrong with it. So that's why I really want to make it a point, like, have those deep conversations with your kids and stuff like that, because, a lot of them might be suffering. There's things that they're on their mind. And, it hurts me because I'm talking from a personal point of view. Like, I wish I was able to talk to my dad or mom on a personal level, which I can't.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Luckily, I have like friends and cousins and stuff like that I can do that with. But, but the first person should always be like that parent.
Yeah.
And as a parent, you have to put in the effort just as much, because I think a lot of times is to raise the kids and that's it. I'm like, no, but it's more than that.
more than
Just because we're raised doesn't mean it's done.
No.
You know what I mean? Like there's other, it's not just financial support, it's also emotional support that goes into that.
It's
you know?
also what you're teaching your kids when you're raising them too.
Exactly, yeah.
And I think
Like they teach us good values because we're all good human
but
beings.
that's the thing. The values we
Yeah.
get because
Yeah.
that comes from the culture and religion.
Yeah, exactly.
Which is
Yeah,
what
yeah.
we spoke on.
Yeah, yeah.
But what's missing is the rest.
Yeah, and
the hard part.
Yeah, and the personal part.
The personal
part
yeah.
because everybody's such a broad. We're kind of raised on like a generality. No, most like I don't know how to explain it. Like,
What do you mean?
like the values and stuff are like more like general, not personal to me. You know what I mean? Like they really don't get to know me on a personal level. Like
those
what I might
values are universal standards.
Yeah.
They're religious standards.
Yeah, and that's all they're teaching. Like the basics, I would say. They're not really taking the time to really invest in you and get to know you on a personal level. Yeah. That's what I'm saying.
I think well the
not all parents, because my bad. There is one point I do want to bring up, like, you said like they make good workers. I think those are Pakistanis or Desis living in America, because in Pakistan, majority of the people that I know are entrepreneurs, because in Pakistan there's no
corporate
there's no like corporate jobs and stuff like that. So all my friends and stuff that I do know from back home, they're all entrepreneurs. So that part I would disagree with a little bit. I think that depends on like where you're being raised. Because naturally, I think more Pakistanis are entrepreneur than anything, because that's the only choice they have back home, and I think that's where we get it from. Like why do like I know I couldn't fit that 9 to 5 model. I tried it for years. Majority of my life I've done that, but I still knew there was a disconnect there.
But you see, this is my point. Statistically, it is more corporate. But I get what you're saying, that not everyone needs to be in that box.
Yeah.
But I do believe that we are raised to be able to thrive in those conditions of like, hey, your boss can tell you what's right or wrong.
Yeah, of course, yeah.
It's the same way we got brought up, right?
Yeah.
We're going to tell you what's right or wrong. You're going to do this and that. You're going to get good grades.
Yeah.
And you're going to do good work at work.
Yeah.
And then you're going to get promoted.
Exactly, yeah.
And then we're going to give you a gift and reward for it.
Yeah.
Our parents raised us to live with...
You got gifts for that shit? I've been doing this shit for
No,
free?
it's an example.
What?
No, so like, and if you don't do good, then you'll get, scolded or you get punished for it. And then that's where the anxieties come. Yeah. But I know what you're saying about back home, but I mean, at the same time, they're still learning the same values and stuff. But
no, the values are there for sure.
A lot of
I'm just talking about specifically the entrepreneurship thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's definitely...
But I mean, even back home, so many people are like lawyers or shit like that. Like,
yeah, but majority of the people that have like I guess the upper class is all entrepreneurs. Because again, going back to what you said, there's not a lot of corporate office jobs there.
Unless you're getting shipped out, you go to England for education or whatever, yeah.
But yeah, I mean, but even my friends that stayed in Pakistan their whole life, majority of them are business owners because that's what their parents were, the business owners.
Yeah.
Again, that's from my perspective, coming from a high-end private school going to Pakistan.
Yeah.
Right? So that's from that perspective.
Yeah.
I know there's ranges to everything.
Yeah.
But I do know like a lot of Pakistanis are entrepreneurs because
I wonder what's the statistic of it over there.
Yeah.
Because I do know over there.
Over here, yeah, for sure.
Over here, yeah. But I do know over there, there's less of a.
Yeah.
There's less of a corporate standard there.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
Compared to India, because India is.
Yeah, India. Yeah, for sure. I think it's getting there with Pakistan, but obviously still so new, right?
Slow.
I mean, if you think about it, compared to everybody else,
slow.
we're 70 years old.
Yeah.
Think about it, like that's nothing.
Yeah.
In the long scheme, right? It's one lifetime.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, so obviously, not everything can be changed that quickly. I think within the next 15, 20 years, what India is doing now with their corporations and stuff, I think it's eventually going to get to that.
Yeah.
Because, I know there are a lot of entrepreneurs that I know personally, even in Pakistan, like that are friends with my dad and stuff like that. They are building these huge companies that now have offices and a lot of back end and stuff like that.
They're creating the corporate.
Exactly. Yeah.
Damn, we ventured off so much. I forgot what points we didn't close on. Someone's gonna be listening like, damn. Someone's gonna be listening like, damn, they didn't finish that topic. If we didn't finish the topic,
put in the comments. We'll come back to it because like obviously we want these conversations to be structured, but at the same time,
there's so many moving parts.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, but I think
because there's no full answer.
Yeah, but I think that's what I like. Like one topic goes into other. Yes, of course we want to button everything up, but that's life. Not everything's buttoned up.
I think if we could
neatly.
I think if we could neatly put it away, it'd go. Yeah. It's your parents' first time here, but it's also yours.
Yeah.
So they should know that, and you should know that, and you should know that the culture has set laws and rules, but it's also important you find yourself within those set laws and
yeah,
rules.
exactly. Yeah.
So find yourself,
Yeah.
understand your relationship with God.
Yeah.
You should always have God first in this lifetime.
Yeah, yeah.
I never once are we promoting to be this weird kafir, going out rebellious weirdo.
Yeah, whatever.
We're not saying none of that.
Whatever your religion is, believe in your God.
Yeah.
And stuff like that. We're all for that because I think it brings some type of spirituality. And like some
There
people
is
just even
closure with
meditation and
that,
stuff.
yeah.
If it brings that, do that first.
Do that, bro.
Yeah, and like
So-
to Ali's point, like find yourself first
Yeah.
and find where you fit in with your parents'
Yeah.
values and stuff. And from the parents' point of view, really take the time to invest a little bit more into the emotional side of your kids
so
too.
instead of dying in that double life,
Yeah.
right? Find your relationship with God.
Yeah.
Find your relationship with yourself.
Yeah.
Understand that it's your parents' first time, your first
Yeah.
time. Understand the temperament of your parent, where they are mentally,
Yeah.
where you are mentally. Gauge it,
Yeah.
and then be able to maneuver through life, understanding these things.
Yeah.
So it's not like an empty brain. Like you're not empty on these things. Like, damn, I don't know what to do. Because I know if you're brown, a lot of people around you who aren't brown don't understand.
Yeah, yeah.
They
it's
don't
very
get
hard.
it. And I have a lot of friends personally who'll be like, yo, why are your parents doing that? Why do these guys' parents do that? Why are brown people like this? It's like, man, it's really hard to explain the culture.
Yeah.
Because it's very specific to us.
Yeah.
But you're not alone.
Yeah.
And it's very important to understand that you are your own person at the day. And from that whole Desi culture topic we just had, all I can say is exactly how we neatly put it. Find yourself, find God, understand it's your parents' first time, your first time, and find the middle ground, find where you are, and keep pushing and be happy.
Yeah, be
be
happy
happy.
and have those conversations.
Yeah, that's
what
what
we
it's
will
all
say.
about.
Yeah.
So
All right. I think that was pretty. We buttoned up pretty well.
I think
Brought it back home.
Yeah, and if you didn't like some of the things we said in between, I hope you like the way we ended that.
Yeah,
all right?
yeah. Put it in the comments. Yeah.
Can't say everything perfect.
We're
but-
really gonna make sure we're in the comments, responding to you guys and stuff like that, taking the feedback because obviously we're just starting off the podcast because we know there's a lot we have to learn still when it comes to that. So your
I mean, like we're a work in progress as well.
Exactly. And
but that's
life,
the point.
Always. Yeah, exactly.
That's why we made this podcast, though. The point of this podcast is that
it's okay not to have everything figured out.
Yeah, because you never will.
Yeah.
Everyone's a work in progress, right? But it's about working on yourself and being progressional with yourself. Because if you are in progress, that means you're in motion.
Yeah.
Have motion, my brothers and sisters.
Exactly.
Because if you do not, you will be behind.
Yeah.
It's better to have motion.
Yeah, I think that kind of relates into a completely different topic, but I did want to bring it up. I think everybody's so obsessed with perfectionism. You know what I mean? Because that's what you see on Instagram and online all the time. The best times, everybody being on their best.
Man, don't get me
behaviors and
started
stuff
on this.
like that.
Honestly, this topic bothers me.
Oh, I know. But
bothers
honestly,
me a
that's
lot.
why we're keeping this raw and real with you guys. Because, we've made mistakes and stuff like that. You know what I mean? But that's okay because that's how you learn. That's how you move forward. Don't let internet dictate that everything has to be perfect right off the bat. It
Bro,
doesn't. Yeah. Nobody's going to show you the hardships and stuff we're doing.
Yeah. Nah, straight up.
Yeah.
Let's go lighter note. We'll
All
bring
right,
up
lighter note,
perfectionism later because that's gonna get me tight.
Yeah.
Let's go. All right, let's go this.
What's the topic?
Chai or cappuccino?
That's cappuccino for me personally.
I'm going cappuccino as well.
Cappuccino as well. Yeah, I love.
Depending on the beans.
Yeah, depending on where they're from and everything like that. And this is coming from somebody that always had chai and stuff like that. Till
cake rusk and chai every day, bro.
Yeah, I mean
Dip
that's
'em up.
super desi. I do rus, the plain rus, not cake rus. Cake rus is a little bit fancy.
No, I do the rectangle one.
Yeah,
the
that's
KCB ones.
that's a fancy. You got money.
Man, I don't give a
That's
fuck,
if you
bro.
got money.
Hey, if you,
I'm talking about
the rectangle ones.
Yeah,
gas.
I know, but I'm talking about back
Barley
in,
G.
Yeah. Oh no, I know. Parle G is Parle G is a
Barley's
biscuit.
gas.
But that's not a cake rus.
But I'm just saying. I
Yeah,
know it's
yeah,
not. I'm
yeah.
talking about KCB,
Yeah,
purple
KCB.
box.
There you go. Yeah.
Fire.
Yeah. Those are people that had a little bit of money. I'm talking about growing
Yo,
up.
get the fuck
I'm
outta
joking with you. In Pakistan, we didn't have we had cake rus, but the basic was the basic rus. The little rounded ones, the rounded tops.
Yeah.
They call them topi.
Yeah.
Yeah, those. I have so many memories of, especially in the wintertime. You had the big chai bowl that you could dip the whole thing in.
Yeah.
It's not like a regular cup.
Yeah.
So you could easily dip the whole rus in
Okay,
it.
wait.
It's like the rounded pyala kind of.
I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, kind of like a soup bowl, if you could imagine. You fill it up with chai, you dip your rus in it when it's nice and cold outside, then you sip it. Oh, it's it brings me cozy vibes.
It brings you cozy vibes.
Cozy vibes,
That's good, bro.
yeah.
But you know what? Honestly, though, a cup of chai and some rusk or biscuits,
Yeah.
it makes a brother happy.
Yeah. Worst chai is still better than
Okay, cappuccino.
and an okay cappuccino, because cappuccino is so easy to mess up.
Yo, it actually is.
It's so easy to mess up. Something as
this
little
is
as
a great point. So
Yeah.
if you're gonna hate on us,
Yeah.
and you're like, damn, these guys not brown, he's right.
Yeah.
okay chai or actually nah, yo, low key a bad chai is bad.
No, I know, but a bad chai is still
Still
better
better
than
than
a
a
bad
bad
cappuccino.
cappuccino.
Because the thing is with
And even a mid
cappuccino,
cappuccino.
yeah, because the thing with cappuccino is the temperature's got to be right, the amount of milk that you got to
But
be
like I'd
right.
rather drink chai than a Starbucks cappuccino.
100%. That's what I'm saying.
Or
right?
any Arabic
Yeah.
cappuccino. Hell, I don't like Arabic beans, I'm sorry.
Yeah, he's referring to close to us. We have a lot of Yemeni coffee shops and stuff, and the way they roasted beans for
Not
the
a fan,
cappuccinos,
bro.
personally, not a fan either.
Nah, I can't do
For
it.
me, I
Too
think
burnt.
number one cappuccino's got to be like from Italy. I think that's probably one of them. But second
Colombian.
best and coming maybe to the top for me is I took a trip to Colombia last year around this time, and honestly, I think that might be beating Italy soon.
Colombian's great.
Colombian
Ethiopian
coffee,
is great.
Yeah,
There's a lot of good ones. All right, let's spitball before we get stuck in this already.
Let's go.
All right, biryani versus palau.
Biryani, 100%,
Biryani, yeah.
100% biryani.
Okay, butter chicken versus chicken tikka.
Chicken tikka, because I'm not a butter chicken fan. I think it's overrated. People
Nah,
have
that's
killed
because
it.
you've had it too much.
No, I didn't have it.
What do you
last
mean?
time
All
I
right,
had
hold on. His mom makes the best butter chicken in the whole family.
Yeah, and
to the point where
yeah.
everyone standardizes butter chicken by
based off of my mom's.
yeah, my pupo's his mom's butter chicken.
But the thing is, you know, the last time I had my mom's butter chicken,
But I think you grew up too much with it.
No, my mom didn't make butter chicken because butter chicken's not a thing back home. It's a now. It's technically chicken malai boti.
Yeah,
But my mom never made that growing up. My mom actually learned butter chicken when she moved here.
she just
In
made
2008, she just kind of perfected
But you know, it's
it.
funny. I'm still chicken tikka though.
Yeah, because for me,
still
butter
chicken
chicken is like so overrated now.
Nah, it definitely is.
And
No, not overrated,
Yeah.
but compared to others, it's just not.
I think it's overrated. I think it's a good starter if you don't like super spicy food. It's a good
You know
way
what?
to kind of get into
I think it
it.
lacks flavor.
That's what I'm saying. It's a good way for the white people to kind of get into it because the spice level, it's not crazy spicy.
No.
It's mild. It's still
It's an easy
and it's
dish.
still comfortable.
It's a creamy,
a butter
easy
chicken
dish.
with a good naan still hits.
Yeah.
Just not for me personally.
Well,
I would rather go chicken tikka.
compared to chicken tikka.
Oh, 100%. For
Yeah.
me, chicken tikka always.
All right, naan versus roti.
Roti because naan is just too heavy. You can have half a naan and you're full.
Naan.
Roti you can have one or two.
Naan.
Yeah, a good homemade roti on the tawa. I think
I like
with fresh like ghee on it. Oh,
Okay, a good naan with ghee on it and it's fluffy.
yeah, but
Ooh.
how many people are making fresh naan?
I
It's all
didn't say
frozen.
fresh.
Yeah, I know, but that's what I'm saying. I would rather take a fresh roti over a frozen naan any day.
Still go frozen naan.
Fair enough.
All right.
Makes
Golgappa versus dahi puri.
Isn't that the same
Golgappa, bro.
thing? Isn't that the same
No,
thing?
this is bad.
Oh, dahi balle is
This is
pretty like dahi balle.
dahi puri.
I think that's like
Dahi
dahi
balle,
balle.
right? Yeah.
Yeah, I
I'm still Golgappa.
eat golgappe, but again, I'm not a
I will a
golgappe fan.
Golgappa. Oh, really?
Not anymore.
I was gonna say Golgappa versus samosa chaat.
Samosa chaat.
Samosa chaat.
Samosa chaat because and again for me those are things I don't like.
You don't like samosa chaat?
The problem is I grew up on Pakistani food back home so much that I don't even eat Pakistani food.
Bro,
I think I mentioned that last time.
bro.
Only time I'm eating Desi food is when I'm at somebody's house for special
This
occasions.
guy's too Americanized.
No,
bro.
not even American. My diet is freaking rice and ground beef.
Okay, desi breakfast versus Western breakfast. Nah, bro, desi breakfast got it.
So here's the thing.
like nothing.
Yeah,
bro.
If it wasn't for health reasons, halwa puri any day of the week
Halwa
over
puri
anything.
and
Parathes.
no. Oh my god, I'm blanking.
What's
Oh
a
my
good
god,
breakfast for you?
the thin paper with the yellow aloo and the dips. South Indian.
Oh, dosa.
Dosa.
Dosa, yeah.
Yes, bro.
Oh, that's something I actually got to try. I've never tried dosa.
You've never tried.
It's crazy,
dosa?
bro. I have all these Indian friends that are telling
Nah,
me
you're
like,
a fraud.
all these Indian friends are telling me they want to take me to places. But majority of the time, if I'm on a health kick, I don't.
Bro.
Plus, I don't really go out for breakfast anymore.
Bro, dosa house.
Oh, bro, I know.
Yes.
I've even looking at it,
Dosa's
people
gas.
making it looks amazing.
I know some spots.
Yeah, I know. Everybody's been telling me they want to take me. Maybe we'll record that one day. We'll do like
Mukbang.
Oh, yeah,
A
we'll do
desi
a
mukbang.
Yeah.
All right, lassi versus milkshake. Milkshake. I don't even like lassi.
Oh, I
don't
love
lassi.
meaty lassi.
I don't like lassi
Oh,
at all.
I love lassi.
Get all that away from me.
Again, when it comes to breakfast, you have a nice fresh puri with some chane and sweet lassi.
You know, somebody's triggered. Listen to this right
Yeah.
now.
Why?
Somebody's triggered.
No, they love it. What do you
They'll
mean?
be like, yo,
that's not
you're
something you
wildin'.
could, no, that's not something you can have every day.
No, I'm not talking about. I'm talking about in general. This or that.
Oh, yeah.
Your answer.
Oh yeah. I mean, hey.
Your answer
Yeah.
specifically.
But for me, I'm gonna stick to it. I'm willing to debate. Put in the chat. What's the breakfast that you guys like more, or is there something that you disagree with?
Just answer the questions as we're answering them. I just want to review so I can show him he's dumb. All right.
You agreed with majority of them with me. What are you talking
Nah, I
about?
didn't.
Yeah.
I just don't like your reasons. Red Bull versus coffee, coffee.
Coffee. 100%.
Soda versus fresh juice.
Coke Zero does hit.
I mean, look, like if it's just
Yeah.
Coke,
Yeah.
Coke versus
Yeah.
is very unhealthy.
Yeah.
But damn, I love juices though.
But the thing is,
Genuinely
I
love
don't.
juices.
Whenever I'm traveling, I always go fresh juices because I trust them a little bit more.
Yeah, me too.
Over here, majority of the juices are mostly sugar, so I don't buy them. But when I'm traveling in Europe and stuff like that,
juice.
a breakfast with like a freshly squeezed orange juice or like freshly squeezed any type of juice, nothing beats that.
All right, Netflix at home versus going to the movies.
It depends on the vibe.
I'm not gonna lie, going to
Yeah.
the movies can be fun if you make it fun.
Exactly, yeah.
You just got to be able to.
Yeah. I used to be a big movie person, like movie theater, like any, like, because I was a big, like, Marvel fan.
Yeah.
So anytime
I mean,
a
it was
Marvel
always
movie,
coming, yeah.
yeah, I was always going to theaters to watch them. But now Netflix has done such a good job, and with the
quality of
with the
these
quality on the
TVs.
TVs and stuff like that, you're getting 4K at home.
Yeah.
So it all depends. It's just like more of a cozy, like, you know, vibe and stuff like that. Netflix and chill type of vibe.
But then when you go to the movie,
obviously at home.
you realize like certain movies you need to experience
100%,
in
yeah,
theater.
yeah.
Like They're Under.
Yeah. Oh, I didn't watch that.
They're Under
Yeah.
in the theaters was OD.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Like
yeah.
OD,
Like for me, Endgame and stuff, the vibe that I got in a theater is not the same at home, obviously.
Yeah, you can't.
I love that.
You can't
Everybody's so
replicate
hyped.
that.
Yeah,
you can't
exactly.
replicate
Yeah.
that.
So it depends on what kind of vibe you're going for.
All right.
But majority of the time, I would say we're still watching movies at home nowadays more than anything.
Oh yeah. Late night drives versus day trips.
Late night drive.
Late night drive.
I love a late night drive. Put on my watch trigger the people real quick. Put on my late night Drake vibes playlist
Well, they're not
and just
gonna-
have a good time. Yeah, people could be triggered.
Why?
Yeah.
Would y'all be triggered by a Drake playlist in the big 2026?
A lot of haters still. A lot of haters still. I don't know why.
Look. Let me make one thing apparently clear.
Yeah. One thing Desi's love is Drake.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
Especially Desi guys.
Look.
Yeah.
If you over here and you a Kendrick fan, we might not get along. If you a Kendrick fan from back in the day, like swimming pools, those shits, we good.
Damn, I'm really
good.
trying to get people
But hold
riled
up.
up now.
If you a Kendrick fan, like in the past, like couple years, that rap shit,
Yeah, no.
nah, bro. I'm sorry.
Yeah. For me,
not
it's
gonna
like,
work.
Yeah, for me, nothing can take me away because so many Drake songs are associated with the places in my life.
Yeah.
Right? Like when I put on Views album,
Yeah.
I'm in a certain place. When I put
That's
put
something
on,
about Care Package. Yeah.
Yeah.
Care Package
Yeah.
album is
yeah, Care Package for me was high school.
Yeah. That
Like saying like YOLO for the first time was in high school.
no, that's Take Care.
That's Take Care. Yeah, high school. I was in high
I'm talking
school.
about Care Package.
Care Package. I don't know which one is that.
That's the one with like the Maybach logo.
Oh yeah. Oh, that's the way. Yeah.
That's later,
I'm
yeah.
talking about Take Care, and then Nothing Was the Same. I associate with that with my drives to
Just
college.
hold on,
and
we're
back.
going home and all
Yeah.
that.
Oh, bro, the vibe like it hits. It still hits me. till
Pound
this day.
Cake. Yeah.
Pound Cake and stuff like that. Like
Yeah.
my late night drive is usually that and some like.
That's.
Yeah.
I have a very curated late night drive playlist
Yeah. Me too.
that has been vetted by many women who are just friends,
Oh yeah.
And
I was gonna say.
and it's been very loved across the community.
many women. That's crazy.
So I have, but it's a great mix. I like a lot of R&B artists.
Yeah.
Um,
Maybe we'll link that.
So
Maybe people might like it. You
nah,
wanna
it's
share
very
it?
personal.
That's very personal.
Unless you want the private link, you can DM me.
Yo, this is how you know you switched up because last week I was talking about like, you know, people reaching out to us. D-Mays like, no. Now, 1 week later, he's like,
Specific.
yeah.
If they want music, I got them.
Yeah.
I can't
sure.
gatekeep good music and a good playlist.
Yeah. Who's able to hit you up? Just ladies between this age range?
Not the homies can hit me up too. I mean, I share the link, but I screenshot.
He's not sharing the full playlist with you. You know, he's just giving you the free trial.
I'm a screenshot the track.
Yeah. The guys are getting the free trial. The girls are getting the full private link and everything.
Nah, that sounds crazy.
I mean, that's what you said.
Then we should get into music now. I'm not gonna lie. I feel like music may have the most hot takes.
Oh, 100%. Music and
I feel like
politics are usually always the two hot topics.
because people relate so much to music and they're so passionate about it.
Yeah.
It tends to be. All right, do you want to talk about music or perfectionism?
Let's talk about a little bit of music.